Electronic dance music made its debut in the 1980s, and it's only gotten more and more popular as the years go on. Believe it or not, there was a time almost 2 decades ago when you'd never hear a DJ's music on the radio. The producers were relegated to the background, and the singers were the stars. Today, however, it's all we hear, and we love it. One artist that's been on my favorites list for a long time is David Guetta. Pierre David Guetta is a Parisian DJ, songwriter, record producer, and remixer. His passion for EDM sparked in 1988 when the genre was still pretty new in the music industry. Let's talk about his Billboard hits. David Guetta is one of the few stars who's managed to keep both ends of the bargain, performing super hard in clubs and making a bunch of money touring, while also creating art that ranks on the Billboard charts. Some of the songs that he did include a collaboration with Akon. It's a hit song. It was called Sexy Bitch, which became a #1 hit in the United Kingdom and a top 5 hit in the US. He also collaborated with the Black Eyed Peas on the memorable hit I Got a Feelin', which became a #1 hit for 14 weeks straight. He's also collaborated with Usher on Without You, the very memorable Titanium, with the iconic Sia, one of her first performances as a named artist, and other great artists like Rihanna, Ludacris, and Fergie. How he became the highest paid DJ. Guetta is one of the highest paid DJs in the world. Currently he's at #7 after having earned $25 million in the past year, and his income is mainly from live shows at major festivals like Ultra and Tomorrowland, and performing in those exclusive clubs like Pacha. Internationally, over the last year, he's tallied over 100 performances across all of Europe, North and South America, Africa, and Asia. He's headlined residencies in Ibiza and Las Vegas, and you'll find him performing at both of those spots most of the year. His career is partly managed by Scooter Braun. That's the same manager responsible for turning Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande into the stars they are today. Guetta's also managed by his longtime manager, Jean-Charles Carr. I wondered if I should have a real French person read French names on the channel.
Jean-Charles Carr.
Dance music, for as long as we've known it, has always brought a strong vibe. It's fun to dance to, it's fun to listen to, and EDM prides itself on being the kind of music you can dance and jump to from the start. It's got the highs and lows, like you're into it. EDM music is interesting because it's not so much about the melody or the songwriting composition as much as it is about the feel of the music, versus something like classical music, which is more about how it sounds and how the song is composed. Let's talk a little bit about David Guetta's creation process, how he makes his songs. Here's a video that breaks down what David Guetta does in music.
EQ a kick that has a lot of attack. If you want to do like normal level production, what I would suggest is at the beginning at least use always the same kick. When you have a kick bass that works, I would say stick to it.
For today's music, he recommends that you use a very short side chain. You can do this by using something shorter like a trigger instead of using your kick that has a tail. I'm reverting to the experts on this because I don't know enough about music right now to do an accurate judgment. Then the last thing he says is, before taking your verses to master,
what I do is that I have a pre-master. So all those verses, instead of going to the master, they're going to a pre-master. So why am I doing this? Because I have a few records that I think sounds amazing. So I want to be able to compare, because your ears are getting used to whatever you're doing, and you're always gonna feel that it sounds great. But if you take a reference, it's always better.
In Forbes interviews, Guetta said that he's constantly touring and performing at shows as well as producing music. He tests his beats out at clubs while he's DJing, and then tweaks those beats back when he's at his hotel room. At that point, the beats are halfway done, and then the final step to creating a hit is perfecting it in a music studio. Another way that Guetta keeps his music fresh and catchy is listening to other DJs. He's pointed out that he loves Afrojack, Nicky Romero, and the late Avicii. He frequently performs in Las Vegas and Ibiza, tagging the island the mecca of dance music in Europe since the really early days of house. In 2010, Guetta received a Grammy Award for his collaboration with Kelly Rowland for the song When Love Takes Over, and another with Madonna on the song Revolver. In 2012, he was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards and 1 Brit Award. In a 2014 interview with Billboard, Guetta said that, of course, what you go through in your life influences the music you make. That's normal. I want to talk more in depth about how he produces music, so I want to throw it over to Bobby Ozinski, who wrote this article all about Guetta's 2012 song called Turn Me On, which featured singer Nicki Minaj. Ozinski said the song is a very basic song form with one twist in the pre-chorus. The form looks like this: intro, verse, B-section, interlude, chorus, verse, B-section, interlude, chorus, bridge, chorus. Each section is 8 bars long except for the interlude. the O part before the chorus, which is only 4 bars, and that's the only thing that changes the song up a bit, form-wise. Guetta went with a rhyme element made up of a huge kick drum and bass sound rather than a drum kit and bass. Osinski said, "What's very interesting in Turn Me On is the way the claps and hi-hat are used to develop the song. Usually a song's developed by adding additional arrangement elements or additional instrument or vocal layers. On this song, percussion is used to accomplish the same thing."
That kind of medicine that keep me coming. My body needs a hero, come save me.
Here's what Osinski said about the production of the song. "I think a big reason why this song is a hit is its excellent dynamics. The song goes from a whisper to a roar and back again several times during the song, which keeps your attention on a rather uninteresting song form. Listen how the song starts off quiet, gets a bit bigger during the first verse, a bit more during the B section, then comes down to just a vocal during the interlude, then smacks you over the head on the chorus. The tension and release is why it remains interesting." This Osinski guy is pretty interesting. Again, I put a link down to this article in the description. When he was asked what keeps him at the top of the Billboard charts, he said, "You never know if it's gonna work or not, but at the same time, if you don't follow your heart, you're always going to be frustrated." Here are references to the articles that we went through. If you found this video valuable, I'd love if you would subscribe to the channel and send this video to somebody else that you think would get value from it. I'm Alex Berman. Thanks.